I want to talk about the Buisa Ideas Generation Framework. I have crafted this framework against my own name. It's blending, wiping, improvising, substituting, and adjusting. I'm saying this as techniques of generating business ideas. Let me on the onset say, I've interacted and shared platforms with these Kenyans. And I can tell you, I discovered quite a number of ideas from them. They harbor excellent business ideas. For example, one says, you stay home, you don't do anything, it is always zero the next morning. You work a little bit and it becomes 1. But 1 multiplied by 1 is also 1. Until you reach 2, 4, 8, then the duplication of resources starts. So, we're being told by Manu Chandaria, a leading Kenyan entrepreneur, that you need to create opportunities. Don't just stay 1, 0, multiply. That's the message Manu Chandaria is telling us. Then there is this one. Ask yourself what you can do. What can I do that will be most useful to most people? Ask yourself. How can I change the situation so that what is needed is made available to those who need it most? Talking to us is James Mwangi, the CEO of one of the most successful banks in the region. And therefore, what message is Mwangi giving us? That questioning opens opportunities. And then there is one who says, never lose faith. Keep dreaming. Never lose hope. Keep writing. Never give up. Keep learning. Soar. Go higher. Now, this one is Julie Kichuru, a Kenyan entrepreneur and media personality with investments all over. The message Julie is telling us is that good ideas can actually start from dreams. Dream, make big dreams, and you generate ideas. Now, 2011-2016 period, the Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics reports that close to 500,000 small farms never lived to celebrate their 2nd anniversary. What is it telling us? That small businesses start and they don't stay, they don't operate for 2 years. It's a very sad affair. That made me go into some casual research. And one reason I discovered is that many of the small enterprises in this country, in Africa, and even in Asia, from my casual research, I've been in those places, they start their businesses on what I will call the Me Too syndrome. They duplicate, they copy, they see a business succeeding, say, I can also succeed, me too. And when they do that, they meet a lot of competition. Because if you just open another M-Pesa here, another restaurant down the street, another border, you're going into an already probably saturated and even oversaturated market. So you're going to meet a lot of competition. So many businesses start not on new ideas, but on old ideas. And my 30+ years of teaching, training, and practicing entrepreneurship tells me that successful businesses start on new or improved business ideas. And there are many, many methods of generating business ideas. Again, my 30 years plus in the field of entrepreneurship has made me come up with my BWISA model of generating business ideas. Yes, I'm calling it BWISA method. So, are you planning to go into business? Or are you already in business? Either way, try the BWISA model. Now, my BWISA model was crafted, adapted from the famous Scamper technique. Watch videos on this channel of mine. There's a lot of Scamper technique with 7 letters. BWISA now has got 5 areas of questioning. Look, blend. You can combine, mix existing ideas to come with a new concept. You can wipe or eliminate. You can look at an existing business and then eliminate something and make it different. Improvise. You can get a gadget and put it to another use. It was meant for different use, you put to another use, it becomes new. Substitute. You can replace an existing gadget with a new one. Adjust. You can modify, you can adapt. And therefore what you're saying is, you're spelling out my name. You're spelling out the BWISA model. So my BWISA model is based on those concepts. Now let me carry you through the model. The B in BWISA is blend. And the blend is like combining. You have seen that bars have combined with meat roasting. You go to a bar, there's meat roasting there. Previously, they were separate. You can go to petrol stations, and they have combined within convenience shops, supermarkets, car wash, new concepts. And therefore, attracting more customers. Can you therefore, for example, think of a gym and combine with a restaurant? Probably a health food restaurant. So after the gym, they come to the restaurant. Can you think of a panga, a machete, a sickle, a slasher? Many small enterprises, many small-scale farmers. I visited some in Kisii, in Western Kenya. I was in Embu. I was in Nyeri. You'll find that small-scale farmers carry a djembe, a panga, a sickle, a slasher, more 2, 3, 4 gadgets to the farm. Can you think of combining those into one to make it easy for these small-scale farmers so that they just carry one gadget? Wait a minute. You're saying it's impossible? My students have done it. My students of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, I don't give written exams. I give them practical, particularly in areas of entrepreneurship. So in this technology and innovation assignment unit, look, these students have come up with, this was a machete, a panga. They have introduced a saw there. There's a slasher, there's a sickle. Watch it. It's a full panga now. In fact, improved the handle so that it is soft. It's not, you don't have, it can't hurt your hands. what have they done? They have actually combined all those 4 into one. Go to that link on this channel and listen to my students. Like I said, this was exams. I don't give written exams in entrepreneurship. They must come with a practical thing that solves a practical problem. So, if my students can do it, you can do it. Look at globally how combinations have worked. Look, in the furniture industry, we have combined a table, a couch, storage. We have combined here a basin and a cistern. You wash your hands in the basin, it goes in the cistern, it's the water that will flush your toilet. Economizing on water. Combined gadgets. You can see a spoon here and a fork. A child, if you want to give them, let's say, a fruit, turn it, use the fork side. If it's a liquid, turn it, use. You don't have to buy 2 separate gadgets. And look at this fridge. This is a mini fridge for bed sitters. It is a fridge, but it's also a table. So you take your things from the fridge, you put on the table, combining. And I'm telling you, this fridge, just combined, will sell more than a single fridge and a single table. Let's come to W in Buisa. Wipe. In wipe, we try to eliminate some parts of a product and make it better, add value to it. You know, office telephones. They no longer have codes. They have been eliminated. Can you start a self-service bar and eliminate waiters? Yes, I was in Harare and I went to this bar. The owner of the bar just sitting behind the counter, reading a paper. It is you to go, take your beer, pay him, sit down, open, and even when it comes to roasting meat, there is a butcher there. You go, choose your own way, roast it, do it yourself. And a certain class of people flock there. Can you develop an app that will help supermarkets eliminate queuing in cashiers? I have developed an app. I'm going Safaris. This app, please Google it out. Go in Google stores and you'll download it. It helps give information to drivers, real-time information, the status of the road. Can you start a university that eliminates written examinations? I have found out that most cheating in universities because of the nature of the examinations we give. We give written examinations that require students to cram, to cram what we gave them in class. And then they come and reproduce. And that has encouraged a lot of cheating. Why should we give students written exams to pick from a textbook or to recall from a textbook, and when they get out of the examination room, they have forgotten it? That's why I go to practical things like I've talked about there. Look, elimination. These antennas have been eliminated. Now we have a better gadget, the one that you have in your pocket. Look, this was a manual gear changing, and this is an automatic gear. Elimination to make things better. Then let's go to I in Buisa, improvise. Improvise means use a product differently. For example, can you start landscaping using old tires? Yes, the old tires are all over. How can you put them to another use? How can you improvise them? Can you use You there, you're a retired teacher. You're a teacher, you have retired, you have a house. And that house is empty during daytime. Even if you have children, maybe they have gone to school. Why don't you use them as a daycare? During daytime's daycare, let me tell you, the McKinney schools that you see flourishing in Nairobi started in that. I interviewed Mary Okello. And Mary Okello started in that manner. She was just helping women in the banking sector to take care of their children as they go to work. Then it grew, and it has grown into a line of institutions. So, what are we saying therefore? Yes, you can use a product differently. Let's look at that one. You see, these are bottles, empty bottles, waste. And that these bottles are being used for vertical urban farming. Yes, you are an urban dweller. You have a house, you don't have a farm. But the house has a wall. Why don't you hang? Make that structure. Create those bottles and have your kitchen garden. Why should you be buying skooma? You're putting the bottles to another use. Look. IKEA recycles. This is a furniture company. It recycles packaging boards to become furniture. Putting the packaging boards to another use. Look, I've just talked about it. Used tires. You can start consultants in terms of recreation facilities for early childhood care centers. Look, this one we did it with my students. From the motherboard of this computer, we created a clock. The motherboard is now put to an. We gifted it to my Vice Chancellor of Jomo Kenyatta University then. Let's come to S in Buisa, substitute. That means replacing one thing with another. The famous Kenya M-Pesa, it replaced the post office in terms of money transmissions. And now, countries, India, Great Britain, they are coming to benchmark on Kenya. Can you substitute ordinary charcoal with green charcoal? The ordinary charcoal, we are cutting trees to make firewood, make charcoal, and therefore invading the environment. Can you come up with green charcoal to substitute the normal charcoal? Can you substitute breakfast cereals, the foreign breakfast cereals that we buy in shops, with local ones? When I was going to school, in French school, Kamsinga, you know, my parents actually educated me through brewing and selling busa. But during the process of selling busa, before the raw materials for making the busa are put in that water, it is like dried cereals from flour. Those dried cereals was what I was carrying to school as my snacks. And mind you, I was even selling to colleagues to make pocket money. They are there. Can you substitute grain chicken feed with cricket chicken feed? I am a farmer, layers, but I'm now out of business. Why? Eggs from Uganda flooded Kenyan market. Cost of production of an egg in Uganda was much lower. I discovered later the broiler that came from India is disease resistant in Uganda. It eats less and is both broiler and layer. And if the cost of producing an egg in Uganda is almost half. So the eggs come on Kenyan market and they pushed us, including me, pushed us out of business. And now from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, I've been taught to farm crickets. And those crickets are now going to be my chicken feed. They have more proteins than anything else. Look at the substitution that we are talking about. This is a whiteboard, but it was a blackboard. It is now better, somebody thought. And look at this kerosene London. An alumni of Jomo Kenyatta University won the CNN Global Award by substituting kerosene lamps with solar. Now he's going places. You can't catch him. He's gone beyond Kenya. He's in the region. Look at that. The mainframe computer was substituted by the mini computer, the workstation, by laptop, by desktops, until now we have smartphone. And by the way, I have nobody, I have no cameraman behind that camera taking this video. This is my smartphone, Note 9. I've just set it. I'm taking myself. All I need is the smartphone, my Note 9, my laptop, and my TV screen. And therefore, that smartphone has substituted. So this is the story. Substitution in real life. I never imagined that I could make a whole video, post it on YouTube as a one person. Of course, you'll tell me that the quality is not the best, but we have to start from somewhere. I am sure I'll be improving. So, what am I saying? Things can be done. And lastly, A in BWISA, adjust. We are saying, can you modify a product for other uses? Can you adjust the normal floor mob to become a roof cobweb remover? So that you don't go to the supermarket to buy both the cobweb remover and the floor mob. If it's one, you adjust it, it works on the floor. You adjust it, works, you'll be in business. And the people selling single ones will not catch you. A motorcycle to perform farm chores. We have many border borders in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda. I was in Uganda, Kampala. Oh my God, the per capita of those motorcycles and accidents. In Nigeria, in India, they have adapted the motorcycle is doing farm work. This motorcycle is pulling a plow. This motorcycle is doing that. So, can we adapt the motorcycle? Why should you go into an already saturated, oversaturated market of border when you can use the same border for something else? We need to think. Our poverty is upstairs. Now that I've appetized you, and I hope I have, provoked you, take your pen, that pen, and do BWISA on it. Apply the BWISA model on the pen. Combine that nib of the pen. Can you make it so that it can write, but at the same time cut glass? So the carpenter uses both writing and cutting glass. Eliminate. Can you perhaps eliminate the nib? I mean the holder, so that it is less, the weight is less. Can you improvise, put to another use? Can the pen be used to write on wood? Think about it. Substitute. Must we always use ink? Can we use dye? Can you think of how to use dye as ink? So that you do the expensive ink and less expensive dye. Adapt. The pen cap. Can we use this as a dose measure? Can you use to measure, for example, medicine? So that when you go to a pharmacy, they say just use your top, your pen cap to get thinking outside the box. So that one gadget can do many things. And if we do that, if we start going into business on new ideas, we shall eliminate the 500,000 small enterprises that start and never see the light of second anniversary. I hope you have been appetized so much so that you have forgotten to clap for me. So let me clap for myself. And please watch this space. More to come. Thank you.